President Obama went to the Congressional Black Caucus and he told them to take off their bedroom slippers and help him out. Like they ain't been doing nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but didn't he say he was going to put on his shoes and march with the strikers? And he didn't do any of that.
Right.
You know?
Right.
You know, a quick point too, I'd like to point out that all the lamestream media, Alex Jones, CNN, Fox News, all of those bastards, they're just Google whores. Right. They didn't report on any of this until it hit the Google searches because of the social media. And then they all rushed in there to try to put a spin on it with their propaganda. Exactly. And I'm going to just give them a little piece of advice and a warning that they need to, they're in a sensitive situation and they have the whole globe, which encompasses every type of human being now that they're playing their game with, not just one or the other. They got the whole globe looking at them and knowing that they're twisting the truth and trying to diminish what these people are trying to do. They're calling them stinky hippies and all kinds of foul stuff. And what they're doing is putting themselves in a danger zone. Now, we saw a little while ago as a little warning to Fox that a ticker got hacked. And I even tweeted it this morning. Fox better back off with the propaganda bullshit because it might be more than their ticker that gets hacked. Yeah. Any one of those news websites could be taken out in a heartbeat if the quote-unquote anonymous decided to. And I would guess, I don't have any inside knowledge of this, but I would guess that if the propaganda continues, we're going to see these mainstream media outlets taken down. I encourage that. I do. Because if you're not going to tell me the truth, then I need to do away with your lies. You know, tell it like it is or don't say nothing.
Right.
And then they're not telling us the truth, and they're trying to stereotype the people that are there. I've seen 70-year-old grandmothers with gold on there protesting because their daughters who worked very hard all their lives are losing their homes, and their grandbaby, the 72-year-old lady had to go back to work so she knew her grandchildren and her daughter had the things they needed. That's who's down there. There may be some hippies down there because they've been suffering the longest, but now everybody's suffering. And everybody's down there. Human beings are down there and nothing else.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Well, how you call it? I got to step in here. Well, y'all been talking about Obama and how, if you actually think about it, the economy been messed up before Obama came in place in the first place. And now all he's trying to do is just redeem the economy back. And by protesting, that will help the people. But that's not going to bring the economy back to what it used to be.
Spending is not going to bring it back either. Just continually spending. And then he threw out this $450 billion jobs bill after he already raked in $2 trillion.
But he's actually trying to bring the economy back, though. If you actually think about, when George Bush was in power, right?
Yeah.
The economy didn't go anywhere. All the economy did was just fell down. But now all he's trying to do is try to bring it back. By he giving money out, that might create jobs.
Who's he giving it out to?
The big bankers.
The bankers and the corporations.
I'm sorry, y'all. We're training my baby right here. He's a high school student.
The bankers and the corporations. How many foreclosures do you see around in this neighborhood? People are leaving their homes.
Like 50.
Yeah.
There are 3 right across the street.
Caller 425. Are you there?
Yeah. As a political PhD in political science, autodidactic, I got a few observations. One is, I think the drugging down of America, just take a look at how much pain and suffering everybody's going through and just how docile and how few people. So I think the drugging and the fluorides really worked well for them. But the other thing is, when's the last time you've known in a presidential year where all these cities explode into this organic movement and there's no politicians? Where's the Jesse Jacksons? Where's the politicians from either side? Where's the percentages? Yeah. Where's anybody jumping out there trying to grab it?
Well, they got their money in the bank. They got their money out the bank already.
Right, which is exposing what SJ was saying. It's basically a fascist government. And then my last point is that because I do play this political game, 2 weeks ago when it all happened in New York, if Ron Paul would have went down there and thrown his support behind that, he would have locked up the Republican nomination, and he would have coalesced that whole movement. Yeah. Instead of getting diluted all over the country, he could have went right to Wall Street. He would have been a hero overnight, but he didn't. So what's happened since then, these last 2 weeks? Obama's moved in. The leftists have moved in. Now it's the dirty hippie, leftists, communists, socialists that are all part of it. And so now what they're setting up is, it looks to me, and I heard Alex Jones today, he's fully against the Wall Street thing. He basically says it's the leftists that have commandeered it. Anytime somebody takes a Ron Paul sign down, they say, get your dirty Ron Paul sign out. So here Alex Jones, he's splitting it left and right. So it looks like to me is they're setting up Ron Paul, conservative, black shirt, little army against Obama, socialist, brown shirt, Occupy Wall Street. Yeah. And then that's where you're going to have your conflict. So I don't know if it's going to go to football helmets and baseball bats in the street, but they're setting it up left, right. It looks like they're going to pit us against one another. Yeah. But it looks like SJ's right. It's all
it's all a ploy, man. They've been already you can see them already setting us up against one another, man. They're taking away things. They're taking away people's rights, their constitutional rights every day. You know, they tried here in Michigan, but it got halted to kick people. I mean, like 7,000 families off of welfare at one time. Do you know what kind of commotion that would actually cause?
Let me. Old Miser, are you there?
I'm here, One Iam. How you doing today?
I'm doing good. Come on in here, brother, and let me know what's happening, man. I know you got it.
I love your show, One Iam, but you got to stop promoting this prejudice. Every time I hear you talk on a show, you say, well, they didn't do this when the black man. Like, now the black man wants to do it, I'll be damned. Son of a bitch. Now.
Hey, I'm ready to run out there. Where's the direction? Where is the leadership?
You know what I'm saying? We got to stop doing this. I heard this out of 12.
But I'm telling you, that's
14 of hijackers' last words. Putting a label on everybody: leftist, black, this, brown shirt, blah, blah. That's what's separating all of us.
No, we can't ignore it, though. We cannot ignore the facts.
That's what they're going to do. That's what they're going to do.
Ignore the disparities. We cannot ignore what is going down, man. And that's what I do. I put a light on what's going down. Not that I'm racist or trying to separate blacks and whites, but I'm trying to show you that there is a separation.
Okay.
And everything ain't all right.
Oh, Miser, can I just ask one question? And you know, I'm in the middle of the fence. I don't do black. I don't do white. I try to stay in the fence. Can I ask one question? Let me ask you this. Do you think... Yeah, I'm the sidekick. But let me ask you this.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you think that if it was nothing but black people who had lost something sitting in New York, then anybody would come to our rescue?
The dogs would be out there already.
I'm just being honest. Well, do you really think
they would occupy their family rooms, couches?
Right. They wouldn't come out there, and that's
the white folks would be. The white folks are out there.
See, there you go again.
They would occupy. Because they arsed out. The banks have gave it to them. The banks have bent them over and gave it to them just as hard as they give it to a black person. And now they out there. They out there big time. Like the banks have screwed us. The government.
Yeah, but this is what you got to ask yourself. You got to ask yourself. Listen, the blacks 30 years ago, they had a hard time, but they had it a lot better than they got it now. Between the Mexicans and the economy, the blacks are getting it in the ear, but they're so docile now. Look at it. The whole population brought the heel. None of the blacks are out there. None.
Blacks and Latinos.
Guess what?
We've been taking it up
for so long until we don't even.
We can take so much abuse, man. Now we've been abused so bad. You know what I'm saying, man? We all the way from chattel slavery and bullwhips to what's going on now, man. It's like right now is a cakewalk.
Let's see what they gonna get. Maybe we can go join in when they start getting something that's gonna pass out.
White folks done caught a little bit of it, and then they're all out in the street now and asking where's the blacks and Latinos at. We're looking at y'all trying to figure out what y'all gonna do. What's this really about? What's going on? And then you gotta have some direction. And what are we gonna get out of it? Because we joined you in the Civil War, and fought real hard. And then when the Civil War was over, what did we get? besides 100 years of lynching,
Vietnam,
Jim Crow, and everything else. So I need to know exactly where this movement is headed and what is it about.
I got a PhD in political science. I can tell you, everybody's all over the board. 10 days ago, every alternative radio station or talk radio station that wasn't mainline, they were all for Occupy Wall Street. Now you ought to listen to them. Outside of maybe Revolution Radio and a few others that are still supporting Occupy Wall Street, the Alex Jones, the GCNs, everybody else is now against it. It's coming down to a classical right versus left. And you're going to get the brown shirts and the black shirts in the street, and looks like we're going to have it out, and hopefully the socialists win. Hopefully the socialists win, because it's $30 trillion in debt, and there's no way we can go a Ron Paul and fix this government. We have to go it slow. And the only way to go slow is to go a socialistic model, or we're going to get civil war and guns going off. That's where it's going.
Let me tell you this. Okay, you remember when the people overseas in first started throwing rocks and bottles and they were occupying the streets over there? What's the guy from CNN? What's his name?
Anderson
Cooper was all up over there, getting hit in the head. He ain't been out there one time to ask these people what they want. Anderson Cooper could go out there and find out what they want exactly and start something. He ain't been out there one way. He's sitting up on TV interviewing people with pencils in their eyes and everything else, talking about, oh, well, I don't think I want to touch that subject. You understand what I'm saying?
They talking about who bullying somebody.
Right. I mean, well, who cares? We want to know what they want.
I care about bullying. We all care about bullying. Come on.
That's because it's just...
I think that occupying Wall Street, the fact that they don't have a main leader and coming out having somebody that's the head of this initiative, in a way it benefits them in a way, because when you do come out like that, banks and different organizations who support bankers and whatnot can easily, aim at the head of the organization and take it out, kill it in its infancy,
But that's
so being that they don't
proves
have it's kind of a good strategy.
Right. What that proves, the whole thing just happened. It was organic, and nobody had control of it, neither left nor right. Now what you're seeing is everybody's taking up a position, and that's what I'm saying, is that it looks like it's going to go. Looks like even Obama, like Drudge said, he's giving a wink to him. The cops are kind of laying off some of them now, so it looks like the Democrats and the leftists are going to move in, take over the Occupy Wall Street, and then the Republicans, like Romney came out today. I don't know if he called them dirty hippies, but looks like it's just shaping up to a classic battle.
Hey, you're listening to Urban Revolution on Revolution Radio at freedomslips.com. Revolution Radio is entirely listener-supported radio. We count on donations from our listeners in order to keep us on the air, bringing you the 411, just like we're telling you right now. This movement doesn't have a head. It's a chicken with no head. It's running all over the place. They don't know what they want, this, that, and the other. And I'm telling you, don't go out there until there's some direction to this. There's no point in it. And you can call in and argue with me if you want to or whatever, but donate, give us a donation to keep us on the air. $1, $2, $3, $4. I mean, anything you can help us with, and we keep bringing you the 411, the information, good shows, and everything.
Maybe that Homeland Security thing you got today was a touch this, because it says on September 20, 20,000 people were swarmed into Lower Manhattan and Occupy Wall Street. Last week, anonymously endorsed Occupy Wall Street with a video that attracted over 60,000 views before being deleted by YouTube. The Department of Homeland Security has warned the nation's bankers to be prepared. The corporate-owned media is taking notice. Today, Paul Farrell, columnist for the Dow Jones-owned Market Watch, posted this rousing portrait of how this may unfold. And they got all kind of people fighting and tossing people around.
They told them to hide. They told them to stay off the street. As a matter of fact, Occupy Wall Street went to some of the mansions of some of the big bankers and some of the billionaires and the millionaires. Chase Morgan's, Jamie Dimon and Honcho John Paulson and Rupert Murdoch. They went out in front of his house or whatever, this, that, and the other. But, the big boys know not to go out there messing around. They're not going to get in the way. They're not going to come out there and listen to any of that garbage that's going on.